So I took a deep dive into FPV, so much so that I have so much gear. This is only a small portion of what I have. Back home I have about 8 or 9 of these quads, and I think that after 2 years flying, I'm ready to give up this FPV hobby, and I'm going to tell you why. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is Eddie, aka Mr. Eddie Nunez, and the title says it all. FPV, I might be giving it up, not 100% all the way, but I might be giving up these right here and sticking only to my DJI FPV products, such as the DJI FPV and the Avata, and I'm going to explain why. So I've noticed in the past 12 months or so, a lot of people lost interest in flying these traditional FPV drones. You don't see them as much anymore. So if you look at all the big YouTubers, Nurk, you know, even Joshua Bardwell, and this is his realm, right? He does a lot of live streams, a lot of tutorials, but not a lot of passionate flying happening as of lately. Steel FPV, one pilot that really motivated me. Original Dobo. All these FPV guys are flying less and less, and it could be for one of two reasons. It can be, A, we don't have enough time in the day anymore. Life is getting really busy for all of us. I don't know what's happening with the way the dynamics is working around the world, but I personally know that I don't have enough time in the day to enjoy some of these passionate hobbies that I have, such as flying FPV drones. Reason number 2, and I think this is why I will exit out of this, is that the FPV drones are getting smarter and smarter from DJI, and they're getting really good. The Avata came in and really broke ground in terms of introducing new pilots to this hobby, and it does it really well, I have to say. I actually lately have been flying a lot of the Avata and a lot of the DJI FPV because it's convenient. You have now those Integra goggles that work for all of those drones. You have the small DJI remote, and then you have some really smart batteries that you can just plug in, walk away, let them charge overnight, and come back to it knowing that your batteries are 100% charged. Now, here on the bench, I have with me, and I'll share with you what I'm using. So let me first start with the FPV quads. This is a Nazgul 5V2 that I bought actually from Original Dobo back when he was building and buying a lot of quads. I actually decided to bring this one out to the park today because it's been over a year since I've flown this traditional FPV drone, this style of drone. I wanted to make sure that I can, you know, I bring something out that it's okay if I lose it or I break it. I just wanted to get my fingers warm per se. The second drone that I brought with me is the Apex 5-inch. Now, this is a beast of a drone, I would say, because I had Anonymous Ray build this for me. I used all premium products. So here I have the TOA motors, the TOA twin turbine motors. These are, look them up, they're really high-end. T motor stack F7, I believe. You know, the Apex frame and air unit. That's another thing. So all of my FPV drones that I own, all 8 or 9 or so, these traditional ones, all have either a Vista. So for example, this Nazgul has a Cadex Vista, and then this has an air unit, O2 air unit. So I have never ever upgraded any of my drones, or purchased or upgraded, well, I already said upgraded, any of my FPV quads to OcuSync 3, the new O3 air units. I'm just not interested. I'm not interested in definitely upgrading any of these existing quads, because it's quite cumbersome to do those, the way you have to mount it, and these frames probably don't work as is when you try to go ahead and mount them. So, you know, the only other thing that I can do is buy a new quad, or build a new quad, and I just don't need it. I have 8. I have too many. Now for goggles with these drones, I'm still using the DJI goggles. These are the first edition, the first gen, and they're working fantastic. No need to switch them. In fact, I actually prefer these goggles over the new goggles, the Goggles 2 or the Integra. Just the way it fits on my face is more comfortable. So I would always hands down pick this drone. In fact, with the DJI FPV, I'm still choosing to fly with, I have another pair of these specifically for that drone, but I'm still flying with this, the original goggles. I think they call it the Goggles V2 for the FPV drone. And then from a battery perspective, I definitely need to get some new batteries. These I noticed are puffed. I think I bought these about a year ago. I'm using the China Hobby Line Black Series. These are 1100 milliamps, 100C 6S. I've always flown 6S. I started with 6S and I love 6S. I usually buy these batteries on sale during Black Friday. China Hobby Line usually has a crazy deal on these. There's so many different batteries you can get. In the past, when I started, I used to buy expensive batteries, and what I found is that after a while of charging and cycling through them, they start to get bad anyway. They start to swell no matter what, and you crash these things when you have accidents, and sometimes they get destroyed. So for that reason, I stopped buying expensive batteries. I'm not getting the cheapest. But I'm also not getting the top of the line. I think mid-range batteries are pretty good. And then for my radio, I am using the Radio Master TX16S. This thing is huge, but it feels amazing in the hands, I have to say. I have here the AG1, the AG01's gimbal, and I have it where it lights up. You may or may not be able to see it. So I kitted this out. I got the CNC kit in red. So this thing is kitted out. It's all the bells and whistles. I know that the Boxer came out, and I've been looking at getting the Boxer, but then again, why am I going to invest more money on new FPV gear when I'm trying to actually exit the FPV series? So that is some of the gear that I brought with me today. Like I said, I have so much more. I even have a 7-inch quad, a 7-inch Chimera that I have at home that I haven't flown for quite a while, and I need to go ahead and fly that. So let me go ahead and just share with you and close with why I think I want to exit this hobby. So flying today reminded me how powerful and how much authority you have when flying these drones. It definitely does not compare to the Avata, and it doesn't compare to the DJI FPV. But I'm at the point when flying FPV drones that, or even anything, gear overall, anything that has to do with content creation, I'm at the point where I want to just simplify life and do it more. Like I said, life is getting more busy. I just have less time to really enjoy these things, so it needs to be easy for me to go ahead and start flying. And I found, and it took me a long time to realize this, the more stuff you have, the less you use it. The more stuff you have, the less you use it. Now, I hate selling things because people are just tremendous when you try to sell things. I can list this $500 to $700 quad here. I don't know how much, but it's about $500 to $700. I can list this $500 to $700 quad for, like, let's say $100, and someone will come and say, I'll give you 50 for it. So for that reason, I usually don't sell my stuff, because it's just a hassle dealing with people when it comes to selling things. Now, another aspect that I want to bring to perspective is FPV content, or FPV video, has become more of B-roll. I find myself not really wanting to do a dedicated video to FPV. So today, for example, all the video you've seen, it's just me practicing. Like I said, I haven't flown these drones in over a year. So I kind of wanted to just check out my skills and make sure that I still know. I even forgot the switches on my remote. I didn't know all these damn switches here. I didn't know what armed, what disarmed. So I had to go back, plug it into my computer and check. So you know, I think, you know, making a dedicated video, unless you're flying somewhere really cinematic, I think about the Switzerland, those mountain, what do they call, the Alps, I think, the Alps. You know, I think doing those long range might be really, really cool. But here in New York City, I mean, like, where can I really fly these things? It has to be in a park such as this one. Quite boring from a perspective, quite boring from that video perspective. And for that reason, I don't think I need these anymore. I mean, you know, if I'm gonna keep them, I'm really gonna use them for B-roll only for my videos. And chances are I'm gonna be flying the Avata or the DJI FPV. So that pretty much sums up the video. Let me know in the comments below, do you have traditional FPV drones? Are you still loving it? Are you kind of losing your passion and your love for this hobby? I know many of my friends have that here are locally in New York City that got into this hobby has completely almost checked out as of recent. None of them are really flying these quads anymore. And I'm interested in your thoughts and your perspective. Like I said, do you own some of these? Are you losing your love and passion for them? Are you not really flying them as much? And do you also agree with my sense of community? The community is really kind of exiting out of these, and you don't see much attention and much hype. So the hype train has gone, and I think that pretty much sums it all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll keep you updated on my FPV journey. I'm gonna go ahead and fly some more on a different day, perhaps a new location, and really assess, do I just get rid of all these things and clear up some room in my house, or do I rejuvenate myself and continue flying it? So thank you all for your support. Much love and appreciation. Until next time, peace.